Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all phase two blink. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, I got a few minutes before I head home to hang with my granddaughter. But I really had to make this video. Now, this is crazy that last night I was awakened out of my sleep and I seen is it Hip Hop Uncensored. Now this is the first time that I seen that. Now I did last week get this little post that was saying call your representative so that we could save TikTok or whatever. But I didn't take it too seriously because I'm like, yeah, whatever. They've been saying, several scares of getting rid of TikTok. So, okay, what would make this any different? So I was like, no, there's no way they're gonna do that. So yesterday I went to sleep a little early and I woke up and I seen this post that by Hip Hop Uncensored on YouTube that said that they are going to it's official that TikTok is being banned in the US. And I'm like, hold on y'all, I forgot to put do not disturb because I'm gonna be disturbed the whole time I'm making this video. But I was like, how they get that past that quick? Like literally, okay, y'all know the purpose in my channel. Purpose in my channel is to break the story of my husband, who, let me say it slowly because people just don't even listen when I talk. This is when the ears close. They close up their ears, they hold them tight, and then they, don't listen to nothing I'm saying. None of the words that are coming out of my mouth register anything into their minds. My husband, at age 19, well, I'm sorry, we had our daughter when he was 19. No, actually, he still was 19. A crime that did not happen at all, didn't take place, and he did not commit. He was rushed through a trial, and because he did not have money for real legal representation, he had a court appointed attorney, which the court appointed attorney is not there to make sure you get a fair trial. They are there to make sure that the courts get their conviction for entertainment purposes. And from experience, girl. But I did not know that's how it was. We went, it was like a deer in headlights, like a little Bambi deer running out in the street thinking everything is all good, and we got hit by that situation. Right? So TikTok is where I tell that story because there's the next little deer coming down the road that thinks, oh, I get a fair trial and I get to sit before a jury of my peers and I have constitutional rights that they cannot violate. So it would be hard to find me guilty if I did not do nothing. And then the deer gets hit in the street. Then the deer, if it gets up, is like, what happened? How did this happen? You are shocked. But see, the next person would not be shocked because they would have already heard my stories and countless other people's stories on TikTok about this same situation. I, myself, thought I was alone being a prison wife. Just go figure. How could I think I was the only one? Now, in this day and age, seeing that the mass incarceration, the mass is growing like super, super, super fast, that there are so many prison wives, there are almost probably just as many prison wives as single mothers because of the situation that we don't want to cure, we don't want to stop, we don't want to reform, we don't want to do anything to this broken system because we've been already convinced that it works, but it doesn't, right? So that's just one situation of how TikTok has been working. You can easier find the people that are like minded people. And then there's also people that are oblivious, but they are willing to listen to the story and they become informed. These are stories that are never going to be heard on your local news channel. The story of Marcello Jackson being wrongfully convicted, they said they would never put that in. I went to the newspaper. Y'all know I've been everywhere. I've been up under every rock looking for the answer to getting him released, right? And they said they ain't putting that type of stuff in the news. The news is for new stuff. His case is too old. It's basically like he's gone. Who cares? He's not here. So where else can we break stories like that? It's not Facebook. I've been on Facebook since Facebook freaking got darn started. The same two people see my post, see me crying on the post, see me Facebook, really I call it low-key lookbook. People see you. They see you posting, they see you crying, they see you putting this, putting that. They will not lift a finger to like, to share, to comment, to nothing. They will just look. That's why I call it lookbook. And just looking at me when I'm in a situation is not going to help my situation. YouTube, a lot of things you just can't say on YouTube. You can't say it. And then also, YouTube is so freaking hard to make it. It's like a jackpot. You either put a quarter in it and ding, 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 you won a jackpot, which I've done that before. I got a little short story time. I went to the casino. I'm gonna do this fast. I went to the casino with my sister. I did not want to. I was in college. I was an older student. I had everything due, but she hit me with that soft spot. She said, "But Dad's gonna be upset if you don't go. He's gonna be disappointed." And I never want to disappoint my father. I love my father to life. I am not gonna disappoint him. So I went with my books. I didn't know. I had never played slot machines before. I don't know nothing about this. So I'm following behind my sister. I got 20. I think I had $100 because I didn't have my own money. So my dad gives me $100, right? So I'm following behind my sister trying to play the slots that she played. Show me how to do this. How are you betting like that? And she's like all into it. She hitting on the buttons and doing this and doing that. I'm like, okay. And she's like, just go play a game. And I'm like, but I don't understand. So, anyways, I'm down to my last $20 bill. I went on and wandered off from my sister, and I'm like, okay, heck, let's lose this last 20 because it was the Hard Rock in Tampa. So they had all the celebrity stuff where I was like, I was into vlogging then. I've been on YouTube then. And I'm still not monetized, nowhere near monetized. But I have been growing my TikTok much faster than any other platform besides MySpace, right? So I was like, I could vlog the hotel and show the little outfits and stuff they got on display. I was almost done with losing that 20. And I went on, I took my the little voucher thing out, and I got ready to go to this other game. And it was a line of seats, and I was about to sit in the seat, and this little couple, old people, just pushed me out the way, girl. I'm like, oh, excuse me. Like, I literally was about to put my butt in that seat, and they pushed me, and then it was two of them. So I had to move down, 2 seats down since they just rudely taking my seat, girl, right? Let me tell you, I sat in that seat and on the cusp of being down to the last dollar something, the thing lit up, sirens everywhere, jackpot, 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 jackpot. I'm like, jackpot? They literally pushed me into winning the jackpot. So unless you luck up or just the stroke of luck, get on YouTube, put a video out, and it just takes off, it's not easy. You are not going to get seen like that. There is no way it should have took me over 10 years. And yeah, I left. I've been back and forth on my channel, but I have been constantly posting on YouTube since 2020. 2020. Now, before 2020, my YouTube started in 2013. 2013. So I would come back and forth when I do my ciphers. I'll do a little bit of my videos and stuff like that. And then in 2020, when the world shut down, I jumped on here and I've been here faithfully for 4 years. Do you think I've been rewarded for that? Barely anybody sees my content. So if I'm banking on YouTube to break Marcello's wrongful conviction story, I might as well sit down and wait the next 14 years for him to come home. I jumped on TikTok from advice from other people. I jumped on TikTok. I lost my first TikTok. And within, I think I've been on there for about 6 months now. I am at almost 500 followers. Do you know how long it took me it took me years to get to 70 subscribers on YouTube. 70. And the only reason that I met my first 1,000 subscribers was because I was using YouTube Shorts. Despite all the gurus saying don't do shorts because it mess up your watch time hours. But I just said, freak it. My channel ain't getting nothing. They don't show all your content out like that. They don't even TikTok, people get upset about having 200 views, 300 views. Baby, you could be on YouTube and get no views. You could get one view. One view. And god dang it, is hard to get a like or even a comment. I could sit here and pull my own teeth out. Pull my own teeth out and wouldn't even get a comment. So you rarely get any interaction. No engagement, hardly, unless you're one of these bigger YouTubers. And it's hard to get to that point. It takes a long time. But there are people jumping on TikTok and they're getting followers quickly, and then they're all of a sudden getting themselves monetized. And this was my plan. I've seen people build platforms on TikTok, the one place that would actually let everybody be seen, not just a select few, right? They would actually let everybody get seen some. And you grow from there. If I had been on TikTok for 10 years like I've been on YouTube, I'm sure that story of Marcello Jackson being wrongfully convicted, excessively sentenced would have been broken. Since I've been on there, I have gotten the most support in my husband's wrongful conviction case on TikTok. YouTube, I love you guys. I get some support. But the number, and it's not y'all's fault. It's because my content's not being seen. It's not being seen. I actually thought my content was horrible until I took the same content from YouTube. It posted it on TikTok and got plenty of engagement. That means it wasn't my content. It was the platform. The platform not showing the little creators. And that's what makes TikTok so special, because the little creators get seen as well, right? So my plan was to build following on TikTok, and I've seen many of them bring it over to YouTube. Now, YouTube is for longevity. YouTube is the place to be, honestly, but it's just hard to get residents in YouTube. It is hard. So, I mean, it is very disappointing. It's not over, but I understand. And then, like, they were saying that people were calling their Congress people and stuff, saying they don't, to say you don't support this. And people were shocked that they weren't answering the phones. Now, do you know they do that every time we try to get criminal justice reform? And we're calling, please sponsor this bill that can reduce time served from 85% to 65% because you already gave out long sentences. You already disproportionate convicted certain communities, the poor mostly. You already had laws that are now considered non-constitutional, not even constitutional, and you still want people to sit up under that law though you have overturned it, right? And they wouldn't answer the phone. They stopped answering the phone. We ain't finna hear it. Now, the whole country can see what they do when you want change. When you want change, when you want reform, you see what they do. They ignore you, just like they have ignored us on criminal justice and prison reform. The truth, I've heard the truth many times on TikTok. The truth is, prison reform would actually cause your crime rate to drop. That is what they don't want you to know. That is why they don't support criminal justice reform. They they scare you to make you think, hey, if we help criminals, it's gonna induce more crime. No, it doesn't. It's gonna start bringing your crime rate down. It's gonna stop producing so many criminals. But they want you to not know that. So a way that you could not know that is to take away the information you need to know the truth. All right, guys, I'm about to go chop it up with my granddaughter. I hope they do something. But what it did prompt me to do, because I've been meaning to separate out my YouTube channel, because I know there are people that just they want to believe the illusion that we've been sold. They're too deep in it. Some people call it the matrix. They want to stay there, which I guess I can't blame you, because it's hard to know that there really is not the justice that you think exists. It's like a parachute. Now would you to go skydiving if you thought your parachute was not gonna open? You know your parachute there. You ready to jump. You ready to go ahead for it. But the minute you jump, what if your parachute was malfunction? I've been told you I had a malfunction parachute. And when I jumped, it didn't help me. Or I knew somebody who jumped out the airplane and they parachute didn't open. That same brand, that same thing happened. And you didn't know that. Now you about to my mama used to say the ground gonna catch you. So I mean, I think that's what it's more about. It's more about keeping us in the illusion. We gotta stay with these like VR glasses on. We gotta stay in the matrix. Somebody penetrated the little, or I call it's several things. You can imagine a shower curtain being pulled open. I also use the analogy of a two-way mirror where it's reflecting something back to you, but that's not really what's happening on on the beside the back of the mirror. It's really other things happening in the background, but you can't see it. You see the reflection they want you to see. So I don't know. But what it prompted me to do, because I've been saying I need to separate my content because there are people that just don't support, you know, me and my story. And that's always been my purpose. And this is very disheartening because this means without TikTok, this is going to be those 14 more years for my husband to come home because I'm not going to break his story. I'm not. I'm not. I can't get the engagement. I can't get seen. Only place I was getting seen, they about to take away. So I wanted to delete that and just leave it family vlogs and my art. So I already have a channel for my art, but I hadn't been really focused on it because I've been so focused on literally I want if you put my art career and you put my husband coming home on scales, I want my husband more than I want my art career, right? So I pursue that more, but it's like I almost in vain pursue it because I can't be heard. It's like I'm screaming to it's like now it looked like I was screaming pretty loud, but you can't hear nothing I'm saying, right? So it took me a lot to find my videos from YouTube. I have over 5,000 videos, which also makes no sense. There's no way I would have 5,000 TikTok videos and still not be doing something. But I got over 5,000 YouTube videos and still not even monetized. Not even. So I started trying to separate it and put those TikToks. I would find the videos, thumb through them, find all that consist of Marcho's case, justice, wrongful convictions, anything that does with has to do with that. And then I would break it down into pieces to 10-minute segments. My storage is constantly going filled. I have to delete TikTok, re-download it, delete TikTok, re-download it. You have to have the right internet connection. It's hard. It was a lot of work. And now I'm watching that work that I did for these last 6 months go down the drain. But I said I'm going to start downloading my TikToks and putting them straight over to the designated YouTube video channel that is strictly Free Marcello. It's strictly about that. It's not the family vlogs. It's not all of that. So that those that are willing to help in my battle, can go straight there. And those that are just here for, just the fun. It's like almost a friend that's only there with you for the good times. If you're my friend that's only here for the good times, then this is the channel for you because you're only here when I'm happy and smiling. But if you're that real one that care when I'm hurting, that cares when I you know, that's the channel, you know. But I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. Everybody's saying they wish MySpace would come back. I wish that was the best. That was before they got all that algorithm stuff figured out. Everybody used to get seen. And then someone said Vine was like that too. And now TikTok had that same thing. That's why I left Facebook. And I don't get seen. Instagram, like at first Instagram you were getting seen. Like it was almost like TikTok. You were getting seen. And the minute I was getting seen on Instagram, I quickly left Facebook. Cuz like I said, I've been posting on Facebook forever. My posts on Facebook are seen by my family, which my family is very non-supportive and don't really have friends, but the friends I had, some kind of, support, some don't. But I also started realizing that they don't even see all your posts. So you're just posting just for the heck of posting, you know. But all right, well, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I done digested it. Now I'm gotta pivot. I gotta pivot, and That's what it's about. All right. Here's your girl Cadillac. Oh, before I end it, is this gonna affect you? Do you have a TikTok? What are you gonna do when they ban TikTok? If they ban TikTok, when they ban TikTok, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go to? I'm hearing most people saying they're going to YouTube Shorts, but you know what that's gonna do with YouTube then? That's gonna make you even more saturated. So add another 20 years before I get monetized. But most people say they head into TikTok, I mean YouTube Shorts, because that's the closest thing to TikTok. Um, you're not as free. You ain't gonna be as free to say what you want and have the discussions you want. But all right, guys, here's your girl Cadillac. Thank you.